For me, the best deal that I'm closing is the best deal that I have challenges in. He been forced to close a deal with someone else. So that's why the resale market is really good.
Okay, let's go to question 4. I heard that when it comes to PSI, you take it a bit personal. Like, if anything has been said about PSI, it's taken a bit personal with Jamal.
First of all, PSI is my family. We spend a lot of time. The success that happens, everyone in PSI is a part of it. That's why you see all the employees, they are fighting for that. Not only me, but because like they are a part of this success. Once you feel that you are a part of it, that means you will not allow anyone to say even a single word in that. PSI is a family, as I said at the beginning. Yes, this is my place.
What is it that actually distinguish PSI from any other company? Like, what is it that makes PSI different from any other company?
I can say only one thing. Too many things. Like if you want to talk about it, even especially since the agent is entering BSI, he's getting the full training. There's too many companies, they don't have even the training system. We have too many departments that is not existing in other companies, just in order to help the people or the agents to start their career correctly, and in order like to give the support. From their managers, from their colleagues, from the departments that they are in BSI. So BSI is totally different. It's systematic. Their system is not existing in any other company.
I actually believe this because I am part of PSI family, and I can see all of what you're saying. And to be honest, yes, it's not very common to have in other brokerage agencies.
And it's not
companies.
only that, Farah. Let me add one thing. We have a challenge inside BSI. We have a challenge. This challenge will create opportunities always. We have a problem always, like we don't have any problems in challenging other competitors. Our only main thing is to challenge each other. Every day we have a challenge.
I agree. I've heard it from so many other sales managers and agents saying that at PSI, the competition is really, really high, and that's what motivates you to seek number one among top agents. Like, even if you closed a huge bulk of deals, there'll always be someone that closed even more.
Yes.
So this would motivate you to do even much more than that.
Yes, that's so true.
Okay. Speaking of PSI back in the days, since you've been here for a while now, have you felt like, did you see PSI being at where it is right now because of the leaders, because of the vision that they've always told us about? Do you see PSI where it is now when they've talked to you about it a few years ago?
I'm saying one thing, and I'm always saying that. Once you see the leader and the owner of PSI is always in the field, in the ground, and he's like earlier and at the top of every single thing, then you understand that this is not a joke. This is a real thing that you need to respect because this gives us a motivation. This gives us, you are not working alone. Always you have someone in your back. I'm as a manager saying that, and my agents at the same time, they are saying that, as I'm a manager in their back. So always we have the full support in that. Yeah, always.
Look, there's so much to say about PSI with you in specific, because as I told you, I've heard it from so many people that when it comes to PSI, Jamal takes it personal. So I have a lot more about PSI, but let's get back to it in a bit. When you just mentioned now the other agents that are among your team, like your team members, your team is one of the biggest teams at PSI, and it's known that everyone learns from like their own mistakes, okay? And I'm sure that you or someone from your team members learned from a mistake or an incident that happened. If you would advise a fresh sales agent to avoid a common practice that would be risky for them, what would it be?
To start talking about with the customers before getting the full information about the project that you are selling. So this is the common mistake that everyone's started. Once they started, they are enthusiastic, they have their own connection, they started to use it even before they getting the knowledge. And once they started to do that, once they have the first conversation, the first meeting, they get in trouble because they don't know what to answer. They don't know the full knowledge about it.
So the lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge, yes. Lack of knowledge is very important.
Is there anything else that you would see, like you would say to it?
Too many things, like even like once you talk to the customers, there's some agent, they are over promising, which is always not good. It doesn't give you continuity, but it will, maybe you are able to close your first deal, but it will not give you a continuity. So don't over promise.
So not to overpromise. I believe that the agent, like some agents say, it's not wrong to tell your client, okay, hold on, there's let me get that information for you and get back to you. And some other people say, no, it's not good to speak to a client and you tell them that you need to go back to a reference to get them this piece of information. Which one is in your mindset?
Actually, the beginning of the conversation is totally wrong, because if you are still offering, if you get into that situation, it's really good to say like, I'll get back to you. Okay, it's not professional, because some clients they will think that you are not familiar with what you are selling. Okay, but you need to do that because you weren't prepared earlier. But if I were you, you need to be 100% sure before you doing even a phone call.
I agree with you, because to me as well, as a personal opinion, I feel that if you speak up to a client, you need to have the full information and the full knowledge, because you're convincing the client to invest a good amount of money, and he needs to trust that you have the knowledge and you know what you're talking about. Agreed. Okay. We've came up across a study, so a recent update in the real estate transactions in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi amounted to be approximately 1.9 billion in the very first 2 weeks of 2024. What are your expectations by the end of the year? And do you feel that the demand would outstrip the supply in Abu Dhabi? And how are the responsible entities ready for any expectations of it?
Okay. Actually, this is a very good question. Still, the demand is really high. We all... and how we gonna see that? Because of the launches. You know, like recently, Bloom had a launch. It's been almost sold out. It's done within 2 days. Normally, like anything that is happening right now, it's totally sold. Even the upcoming launches, Ramhan, we know what's happening right now. We have a lot of customers. We have customers more than the inventory that it's already existing. That's why today the demand is still high. The 2 weeks is just like I can't say a barometer, but it's something that shows what 2024 will be. So I'm expecting too much in 2024.
Okay. At the beginning of the year, also some resources announced that the top areas with the largest transactions in Abu Dhabi are so far number 1, Saadiyat Island, and then 2, 3, and 4 is Yas Island, and then number 5 is Al Qasr. So I would like to know 2 things from you. First of all, why would Yas Island take 4 places, like altogether, and what would you add to the list?
Okay, why Yas Island took 4 places? Because like it has affordable projects, and it's the entertainment hub, which is in Abu Dhabi. So normally, like once you talk about Yas, you have prices starting from almost like around 900,000. So it can reach up to even 12 million, 13 million. But at the beginning, and this is what makes things actually easier to the buyers. Too many buyers, they want to live next to the entertainment areas, okay, and at the same time they don't want like to pay much. And this is, you can find it in Yas Island. However, also they have like also a luxury property in Yas. So like you know Mayan,
of course.
Now there is Samayas, Gardenia Bay, so there's Silavi.
Speaking of that brings me to the investor mindset. So okay, to me Yas Island is the entertainment hub, sure, and it has affordable projects, sure as well. But some investors are thinking 2 ways. First of all, option 1 is to own a luxury property that is for the investment purposes, because the area is growing, so that is good for resale later on. Number two is that some people are actually looking at the affordable properties as investors to make, because it's the entertainment hub, they can flip it into Airbnb, they can flip it into these type of properties in order for them to benefit out of it, like in a business. So they have an option in the investor's mentality, either because of the area around it later on for resale, or because of the short leasing time.
It's not only about that, Farah, because like Yas Island in general, it's really affordable comparing to Saadiyat. If you compare it, it's really affordable. And once we are talking about the international market, then we start talking about Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi is really affordable comparing to other cities in the world.
Of course, yes. When we actually create these videos and then look into the YouTube, for example, we see that at least some properties with millions of dollars, we're talking, when you convert the rates, it's quite different. It's quite way less, actually. Way less. Okay, agreed. What would you add to the list? You'd not tell me. Like we said, Saadiyat Island, Yas Island, and then Al Qasr. What would you add to the list?
Reem Island for sure. It's the hub of business.
Okay.
We have, as I mentioned earlier, we have three main islands, which is Saadiyat, Yas, and Reem Island. For any customers that they are looking to start their own business here in UAE, and they want to have like their own home, which is next to their business, Reem Island is the best choice for them, because you have the business hub, you have all the companies they started, and they are existing here in Reem Island. And at the same time, you have an opportunity to own even a luxury property or an affordable property, which is next to your office.
Of course, yes. Okay, fair enough. I want to ask you a question before we head to the next part. That's coming across my mind once again. Since you have one of the biggest teams, okay, I would like to know, what are the unique skills that you look into among your team members? And because they're more than one person, like, how do you manage them in terms of knowing their needs?
Opportunities. Okay, let me explain something. Managing around 45 people or 45 agents is not really easy.
Of course.
So always you need to have some people in order to help you in that. That's why like we hired like team leaders that they can manage like each one, like they can manage almost like around 10 people. And at the same time, the people that we choose in order to have it and to promote as a team leader, they are one of our agents. And that's why we are saying, like, if you are in BSI, you have opportunity always. Like, if you're doing good, if you are really capable to do it, we will promote you. We always giving opportunities to the people in order to have this. Okay, now the challenges that we have normally and normally is the amount of agents that we have. Okay, but normally how we fix that, we have like always like daily meetings. Okay, we have sales skills training. We always have like, also we are putting like goals for ourselves on daily basis in order to achieve it at the end of the month. So this is how it works actually.
If I would tell me one thing you look into in a team member or in a new joiner, like one thing that attracts Jamal in a sales agent. Knowing attracts in means of one thing that Jamal looks for in a sales agent. One unique skill that is the most important skill.
It can be sales. If I can see like the candidate that who's applying, he has the sales skills, or even not all the sales skills, but like part of the sales skills, it's my job, and I'll be very happy to help him, to let him reach to the level that will help him in order to achieve his targets.
What about commitment?
Okay, let me tell you something about real estate. In my point of view, I can't say like everyone's point of view. Always, yes, for sure, commitment is very important. But what I experience with people that they join real estate, especially some people, I have some people that they are not here even. They are working with us abroad, and maybe you know that. Okay, we have some best achievers and they are not here in UAE. So I can say commitment is really important, but if I have the sales skills, I know always how to let you how to motivate you in order to achieve the thing that you want. Commitment, as I can say, is not important for me as much as sales skills is important.
Yeah, when you say sales skills, I would agree at some point, because I know that for a fact, any sales agent, regardless of the industry, any salesperson has to have a specific character. Like, aside from the knowledge, aside from anything, because we're saying aside from the industry, right? So the sales person should have a specific character, in a way that how they approach people, in a way of how they speak to people, in a way of how they convince people. It's a special character. It's a specific character. Not everyone can be good in sales. That's for sure. Do you
100%
feel this way?
I agree with you. 100%, because sales. Why I'm saying sales? Because like too many people, they are coming from different industry, but they were working in sales. Okay, the people that they were working in sales, they have more advantage to join real estate because they have the skills. The product is different. Yes, you need like more knowledge, you need more training, but at the end of the day, it will be easier for them to join real estate.
Okay, Tab, I have a question. If, for example, I, as Farah, I am very motivated and I have so much potential, like I really want to become a sales agent. However, I don't have the skills for it. I'm really bad at it, let's say. Do you think it's something that can be taught?
Yes.
So you can teach someone that?
Yes, because as I said at the beginning, I didn't even... I wasn't looking for a real estate job. I don't know what does mean real estate. I don't know sales. I don't know anything. I was just a hard worker, and that's why, like always, if I have like even if I met or even if I met any candidate that who is really, I feel that I can do something with him. I can teach him. I can if he has the potential to be. For sure, I'm the one who will be handling this.
Amazing. So for the people that you've hired, sometimes you hire people that are not fit. Sure, that happens. Yes. But like let's put it this way: is it a higher percentage that from the number of the people that you hired did really fit the position? Like, do you tell if this person is going to be good at what we need and what he needs to do, or it's always a surprise?
It's not a surprise, but always like I'm giving too many chances normally once I'm hiring. And why I'm doing that? Because I remember myself when I started. Okay, so always I love to give chances to the people because I work hard with them. Maybe I'm someone who's really good in changing people's life or agents' life. That's why, like, and I already experienced that. I had too many people earlier, like they joined, they don't have the sales skills, they don't have even the potential. They just came to real estate because they heard that here we can do money.
Okay, that's sweet. That's fair enough. Jamal, now we're going to move to another segment. So now it's time for Spot 30. You'll pick a question from the raffle next to you and you'll have 30 seconds to answer it. Okay. And can you please read out the question?
6 reasons why an agent fails. Okay. طيب. First of all, lack of knowledge. Second, over-promising. 3, looking unprofessional. And 4th, I can say it's about also lack of commitment. And 5, I can say like not following the process, which is always, and not having the long-term relationship with the customer, because this is actually a very important in continuity. So this is all.
Mm-hmm. All right. Before you leave, I would like you, if you can please write us a name of a PSI employee who you would like to see on the program and that you feel that would add value to the program as well. Just if you could write the name down and fold it and put it in the envelope.
You promise that you will try to bring him?
Definitely.
Okay, this guy, I always, and I said it even before, I'm ready to pay money to sit with him even for 1 hour. Okay, I'll write his name. And let's see if you will be able to bring him here.
Write us another name as well with it. Like, you can give us 2 names and then we can see. Because I feel one of the names is someone that I can't bring on the show. So just write us another name. Perfect. If you liked the episode, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Join us in the next episode to know who will be under spotlight. Will it be another agent, manager, or a director? Jamal, thank you so much for being with us here today. We're so glad to have you with us on the show.
Thank you so much for your amazing meeting here and having me. And hopefully that I added something even small to you.
Of course you did. Thank you, Jamal.
Bye.